Hello, subscribers. This is yours truly, J Blue 68, and this is going to be my actual weekly wrap up of comic books that I purchased this past Wednesday. This is going to be quite a large haul. And first of all, before I get into this comic haul, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for your comments, for liking on my videos, sharing my videos, watching my videos. Please continue to do so. Like, share, and subscribe. Tap that bell so you can get more videos like this as I post them immediately. So I hope that everyone has had a good week. It's been a very busy and trying week for me, but there's nothing better than reading a comic book to take your mind off of all your troubles and all your worries and all the busy things that we do during the weekday, just to maintain and keep ourselves afloat. Anyway, so let's get into this haul. And first up in the haul, you see before you a book that's been talked about for the last 3 months now, probably longer than that. Todd McFarlane's Spawn number 300, History in the Making. And I was very, very fortunate to get 2 covers of this. Of course, this is the Todd McFarlane cover, and I really love that. I've been reading Spawn for years now. A buddy of mine by the name of Robert, I won't mention his last name, introduced me to the character back in the early 90s. I have both of the animated movies. The live action movie I don't have, which was crap anyway. And as you may or may not know, Todd McFarlane was trying to get it, or still is trying to get Spawn into theaters again. He's trying to do a new, updated version of the character. He said he wants it to be a hardcore rated R movie, which is very hard to do now with comic book movies, as everyone wants everything to be entertaining for small children. Well, this is not a character for small children. There are a lot of comic book characters, as I've indicated in a lot of my videos, that are not for kids, and this is definitely one of them, the Hellspawn. And again, I was fortunate to get 2 different versions of this. This is the Todd McFarlane version, and here is the J. Scott Campbell version of Spawn. That is absolutely beautiful. I think there were at least 5 or more different versions of this particular book. So congratulations to Mr. McFarlane. He's reached a milestone. 300 issues of this particular character and of this book. I haven't read it yet, but once I do, I may or may not do a review on it, depending on if there's anything significant about the character beyond it being book number 300. But yes, I am a Spawn fan. All right, anyway. So moving on, we have Batwoman Detective Comics number 854. And this is what I've also talked about in a previous video, is that DC is starting to publish their dollar comics now. This is the first one that they published for this month. And that's a beautiful cover there. That is an actual, that's not a drawing, that's an actual photo still of the actress who will be playing that character. I cannot remember her name, but I do remember her from the TV show The New Orange is Black, or Orange is the New Black, from Netflix. I believe she was in season 3 or season 4. But this is that character. Very, very nice likeness to the character and exactly how she looks in the comic book. I really like that. So I definitely plan on checking out the show, at least a couple of episodes. I can't say I'll get into it very much, but we will see. We will see. Nice cover. DC Comics Batwoman Detective Comics number 854. Next up, we have Marvel True Believers dollar books, and this is Hulk, Head of Banner, meets the Metal Master or something. Very interesting cover there. And we have another True Believers book on the back of this with the Hulk. And that looks like, I forgot the character's name from Alpha Flight. And I think I have a book of the Alpha Flight characters in this haul. But this is Intelligent Hulk. I guess Hulk finally becomes intelligent or has a sense of intelligence, similar to how we've seen him in Avengers Endgame, where he actually can use his brain now. I'm assuming, anyway. Next up, we have Agents of Atlas book number 2. Very, very nice cover there. And that is the cover Brawn. And I can't not remember this character's name. I think that's White Fox. I might be wrong. Or what is her name? Oh man, who's just introduced in the new Agents of Shield. The new Agents of Atlas comics that came out with under the War of Realms series. I can't remember her name right now. I'm sorry. But I do know that that's Brawn, and then there's Silk right there, Cindy Moon, spying in on them about to have a romantic moment. Shame on you, Cindy Moon. Shame on you. Moving on. Next up, we have the facsimile version. I got the word right. Yay! The facsimile version of Marvel Comics Group's Spider-Man: The First Spectacular Issue, number 1. Now, when Marvel Comics introduces or reintroduces characters in a comic book series, either they're doing it for one of two reasons. They're about to do spawn a new series of comic books based off of the character, or either the character is about to appear in the MCU or in a Marvel television show. It's a coincidence that this came out because I just featured Spider-Woman issue number 2, the second printing of this series, in my last comic book haul. So here we go. The special origin story, All the World Against Her. That's Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, one of my favorite characters of the Spider-Verse. All right. And speaking of spider people, I'm sure you all may have heard, or if you may have not, Sony will not budge. They are not giving Spider-Man back to the MCU. So there it is. I'm not about to spawn a long story on that situation and all the drama between Sony, Marvel, and Disney. I'm done with it. It is what it is. Move on. Next up, we have Fantastic Four issue number 14, written by Dan Slott. It begins here, Point of Origin, a new story arc that they're about to start in this series. Can't wait to see what that's going to be about. I haven't been reading any of the Fantastic Four books lately. I'm just waiting until everything culminates into a large storyline, which it looks like it's about to do. Then I'll actually start reading the stories. In spite of some mixed reviews, I'm going to continue to purchase this book. I'm glad about the Fantastic Four's rejoining the Marvel comic book community, and look forward to seeing them eventually in the MCU whenever that's announced for Phase 5. But I guess that's would have been the importance of keeping Webhead in the MCU, because he actually is friends with members of the Fantastic Four. Anyway, Future Foundation number 2, and this is the maker, who's he is an alternate version of Reed Richards, and it looks like members of the Future Foundation are in some type of trans-dimensional space while he's daydreaming. All right, cool cover there. Next up, we have issue number 9 of Conan the Barbarian, written by the very talented Jason Aaron. And I think I'm going to stop with issue number 10 of this series, not from lack of interest, but again, I need to keep my comic book spending down. And then I'll just go ahead and start collecting this series as a trade paperback. But that's a nice cover there. Conan the Barbarian, issue number 9. Next up, we have Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight, a dynamic double-sized issue exploding from the pages of the X-Men. I have actually 2 versions of this book. I have an original version, and then I have this one now. This is also a facsimile of Alpha Flight. And again, I believe we're about to see something done with these characters eventually in, I think, either Marvel TV or in the MCU. More than likely on Marvel television. They're part of the X-Men roster, and I think Alpha Flight will be an excellent way to introduce the X-Men. You know, so we've never seen these characters before. And here he is, yeah. That's Sasquatch. He's a member of the Alpha Flight. That's the character you've seen on the other book that I showed from the Marvel True Believers Hulk series. Yeah, I knew he looked familiar. Next up, we have the very powerful, the very exciting, the very intriguing, the very mysterious, the very everything House of X book number 4. And I read this book on my way home. Oh my God. What a series Jonathan Hickman has put out for us, man. I mean, it's just exciting to wait for this book to come out. Between House of X, Powers of 10. Each series, each book is just intriguing. Like I said, intriguing, exciting. I don't know. There's no short of words or terms to use to describe how great this book is. I'm thankful for it and look forward to reading it every week. House of X, book number 4. I'm not going to do a review on it just yet. There are a lot of reviews that have been out about the series. I'm going to wait till it ends, and then I'll do my culmination review of all the books, both House of X, Powers of 10. Next up, I found this in the dollar bin. This is Image Comics, The Kindred. I've heard a lot about this story. This is an old book. It's not new. And I heard so much about it, I just want to read it and see what it's about. Very scary, creepy looking cover there. Good for the upcoming month of October, which is Halloween. So I don't really celebrate Halloween, but I do like scary stories and scary movies, and I love scary books, and definitely scary comic books. I didn't used to like scary comic books, but that changed over recent years. So I can't wait to read this. Of course, it's out of order, and I'm sure it probably will prompt me to buy the trade paperback. Image Comics, The Kindred. This was really cool that I found too. This is a classic Marvel Comics classic book, The Count of Monte Cristo, from the Bronze Age, 52 full pages and has no ads. I don't plan on reading this. It has a couple of spine ticks on it, but I might eventually get this slabbed and CGC'd. I'm estimating from the looks of it, it probably might get like a 3.5 or 5.5 grading. But there's a lot of spine ticks and even some rips and tears on the cover sleeve here. But still, I'm glad to have it. I don't necessarily buy books again because of them, having any particular value at any point in time, and I don't flip comics. I don't really believe in doing that. But in any case, it's still good to happen upon a book that may have some value on the market. Nothing wrong with that, but definitely have value to you. Next up, we have Ghost Rider, and this is an old comic that I found too. This is from Marvel's 70th anniversary, which of course was 10 years ago, because they're celebrating now their 80th anniversary. And this is a very cool cover with Ghost Rider. I had to get this. And as you know, Ghost Rider will finally get his own television show, but it won't be the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. Is going to be the, what's his name, Robbie Reyes. But I think they're going to feature Johnny Blaze in this series. In any case, I had to get this book. Love that cover. 70th anniversary of Marvel, 10 years ago, and now we're into the 80th anniversary. What a coincidence. Next up, we have, I'm not sure, I think I might have this book, but this is a cool cover, which features Kazar, what's that, Gorilla Man, I think that's his name, Odin, the Black Panther, General Koye, and the Wasp. And I forgot the name, his tiger's name. But yeah, that's a cool cover there. Really liking that. It has a Stan Lee dedication at the very top there. The Memorial 1922 to 2018. Avengers number 12. Very nice cover there. And I found this White Tiger. I featured White Tiger in one of my other videos. I didn't notice she had her own limited series. And I actually found book number 6, and I recently found book number 5. I'm on a hunt to get this complete series. She's not a very well-known character in Marvel Comics or in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I featured her in my Women of Marvel haul that I did a couple weeks back when I was talking about potential female characters who may get their own TV shows. I don't think that she will, but I think at some point in time she may pop up in a Marvel television show. White Tiger, love that cover too. She looks awesome. And this is, I think, is the last book of this haul. And this is a beautiful, beautiful book. This is from the 80s, giant size extravaganza of the Silver Surfer. And that's a tinfoil cover, or I'm sorry, tinfoil cutout of the Silver Surfer. It's tinfoil here that they're using with the character portrait. The character portrait has tinfoil. The character name or the wording is tinfoil as well as here, the 75th issue, and then Silver Surfer himself. That is an awesome, awesome cover. I love that. And you can kind of see, if I can turn it to the side here, that glows. You see that? You see that? Is that not nice? Oh my goodness, I love that. I love when Marvel does covers like this. This is really something they did in the 80s and in the 90s. You don't see it very much anymore. I hope that one day again they will return to doing comics like this. You know, it's just very attractive to the eye candy. And plus, again, I'm a fan of Silver Surfer. Very nice. Okay, so that's it. That's all. I'm going to end this video with Spawn 300, where we began. And again, congratulations to you, Mr. Todd McFarlane, on your 300th issue of Spawn. May you have 100 more. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, and tap that bell so you can get videos like this again, so they can drop into your feed immediately. That's it. That's all, y'all. And also, I will be doing another video this weekend. I'm hoping anyway. I'm going to try to make my way to Extravacon. There's supposed to be a Extravacon this weekend in Livonia, Michigan. It's a very small, very compact type of Extravacon. Only has something like 20 vendors in it, but nonetheless, what's really cool about it is that they really try to sell their stuff at low prices to get rid of their overstock. So it's a good con to go to for collectors like me and like many of you when you want to try to find something cheap and, you know, affordable, versus going to a large Comic-Con like the Motor City Comic-Con or the Michigan Comic-Con or the San Diego Comic-Con or even the New York Comic-Con, which I will be going to next month. I will be at the New York Comic-Con in October, and then we'll be video recording that as well, I should say. All right, that's it. That's all, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease.